Okay, this is Passport to Ubuntu. I'm Scott. This is my wife Ezekiel, Naomi. We're with you guys once again, and we want to
Do
talk
the second video.
do on our second
The
video,
other one would have been too long if we added it, so we're doing the second part. Go ahead.
second part. And so basically, we want to talk about why we chose South Africa. How did we come to this conclusion to make such a major move in our life, for our family, and so. I'll just kind of share with you guys. So, I'm also a preacher, and years ago, I was on my second mission trip to Uganda back in 2017. I visited Uganda in 2009. That was our first mission trip to preach in the pastors' conference, and so nonetheless, I always sensed a deep desire to be in Africa, and so when I was in Uganda, in the capital city of Kampala, my second trip in 2017, I was really like, I went to my hotel room and prayed about where in Africa should we live or should I reside in? Should we make our home? And so, I prayed while I was in the hotel room. And then as I was coming out the hotel room and walking down the steps towards the courtyard lobby, that's when the Lord gave me a vision of South Africa. And it caught me a bit off guard. I wasn't really expecting it, but it was
Yeah.
like He showed it to me. That's the only way I can explain it. And so that was in 2017. And a couple of other events happened that more or less confirmed it. Confirmed that vision. And basically, a couple of years later, I finally shared it with my wife.
Yeah. Mind you, doing between that time, he was sharing, asking regarding, which country do you see yourself us moving to? But he was saying everything but what the Lord told him to share. And I kept on saying no, because you said Ghana, I was like no. Uganda, I was like no. Kenya, I was like no. So as soon as he shared, like 2 years later, he said, so what, how you think, I remember, because he was going down the stairs of our old home, and I was in the kitchen nook area, and he was like, oh, so what do you think about we move to South Africa? And I was like, I could see my music ministry going far there. And I was like, yeah, I don't see no problem with it. And he was shocked. But yeah, so he delayed the process. He delayed the
Yeah, I
process.
delayed. Yeah, I was wrestling. I was wrestling, trying to figure it out and really gain clarity. And I didn't really have any genuine peace in my spirit when I thought of other places, to be honest with you. I guess I was trying to force my will upon God's will.
Right.
And, what brought everything back to my remembrance was I was watching a YouTube channel here, The Real South Africa, and they were talking about they were talking about some details about if you move to South Africa, how to open up a bank account, how to get your insurance or health insurance. So they had all the answers. Like everything was like a lined up process. It was like easy for me to follow and understand, and it made sense. And then that's when like the Holy Spirit brought that to my remembrance about South Africa. So that's when I shared it with my wife. And I'm glad I did, because immediately, without her knowing much about it, she jumped to it. Now, what's interesting, though, is I'll go back a bit. When I came back from Uganda in 2009,
Right.
okay, for my first mission trip to Africa, I started looking online, trying to search for information about black families that moved to Africa. And so the only thing I came across was this documentary called Blacks Without Borders. And this is like in 2010. And it's a documentary documenting the lives of black Americans who had relocated to South Africa. And this is like back in the 90s when they came. So this is like after the end of apartheid. And so most of those people are still here today. So I was just amazed at everything that I was seeing. I was, their lifestyle, the businesses they were doing. There was even a preacher there, who pastors a church here. And so it just, I think at that time, it just inspired me that you can do well in Africa, right? You know what I mean? Like it kind of shattered all the myths and the negative narratives that were always constantly fed in the West concerning the continent. And so when South Africa became a place of interest to me. Once again, I started watching that documentary. I probably watched that documentary about a dozen times since then. But even outside of that, I would watch other videos of people that live on the continent. I remember this one that was based out of Namibia, and slowly but surely, I think around 2016, it seemed like there was just a ton of content out there. Mainly about Ghana and Gambia, and then other countries as well. So I think we're at a really great time where we have more of a non typical media viewpoint of Africa being showcased because of technology. So that was really my why. I believe the Lord called me here to do ministry, to continue teaching and preaching the word. And
Yeah, from there, we decided, you know what, let's spend a month
oh yeah,
and just to what is it, scout the land,
yeah.
to see is this really, how would it look? Because you have kids, so you have to be mindful of what their life will look like in the place in which you're moving. At least that was my concern. So we decided to go in 2020, but COVID hit.
COVID hit, yeah.
COVID hit, so everything was shut down.
Uh-huh.
And when they started opening up everything, it's crazy because his mother passed away, and then he gave my brother-in-law a kidney. He donated a kidney. God bless his heart. But I mean, it was so much going on, and then so that the year of 2021, that's the same year because you gave the kidney in June, and then we left in November.
Yeah,
In November,
Uh-huh.
we spent a month there, and we did
month
use,
here, a month here.
I said there, but I know here, a month here,
Right.
and we used the Real South Africa. They, what's the name again? The Real South Africa.
The Blantons?
Mark and the Blantons. I was
Mark
gonna
and
say,
Natasha Blanton.
Yeah, we used them. They're beautiful. They really help. They catered the package to us because we were not trying. We were doing, vacationing stuff too, but really it's just to really feel and get acclimated and see how life will be. So how to go to grocery shopping and all that stuff, move about. So they catered our package to that, and they were very helpful. If you have the funds, I would advise you use them. You don't need one, but it's just that to have the experience to really see, I would say just use them if you decide, or just reach out to us and we can advise. But we spent a month, and we did not want to leave. I think we were about to cry. And when our time was up, it went so fast. Our son was, how old was he then? 7. He fell in love with it. He visited this school, which is now his school, but this is a different campus right now, Crawford International, and he loved it. And he's been homeschooled all his life, so all his school years. But he actually really loved it. He loved the experience, playing with the kids here. Which was one of my main concerns. How would they interact, and would it be? And it was they welcomed him in. They adjusted to him, actually, not just welcome him. They realized he was American, and they adjusted to him, like to play with him and everything. It was beautiful to see it. So after that, I was sold. I was like, okay, yeah, we're moving. That's it. It's a done deal and stuff. So. But we would advise take a trip.
Yeah,
take a trip. Never just jump up and move. You can watch as many YouTube channels as you can, as many documentaries as you can. It doesn't make it justice besides coming to visit. You have to visit to really get the experience for yourself.
Right.
Because we know people who would not move to South Africa, but yet they'll move to Kenya. Completely 2 different countries and 2 different ways of life. So you just see if it fits you and how you want to live. So I would say to visit. And if you just want to, you just don't know which country on the continent of Africa you want to move to, visit it. Go to Ghana, go to Uganda, go to Kenya, go to Morocco, wherever you want to go. Just go, just be mindful so that you can experience it for yourself. Sometimes our own thought process can be a lie. So you have to come out and visit and really debunk some of these things so that you know, hey, wait a minute, I can live here, I can do better here. Especially if you are still having U.S. income coming in, it makes a big difference as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll say come visit first.
Yeah,
Like we
definitely.
did, yeah, come visit first.
Yeah.
And because after we visited, that's when we knew that we were going, so we started to put things in place. Okay, we started seeing, okay, stop buying things and start selling things, giving things away, getting our paperwork, making sure we have all our important documents, all our passports, our, our social security cards, and everything is in order in its place. Just start putting things in order. That's what we started to do, and it really vamped up in this year, 2025, early 2025, when the Lord was like, okay, it's time. So, and everything happened pretty quick. It doesn't take long to get your visa. For me, the reason we waited a little longer is because I started a new contract with a new company, so I had to wait 3 months so they can see the income deposit going in. But if you're already with a company, you can start right away. They just need three months most recent bank statements. 3 months most recent.
For the
most
digital,
recent 3 months.
for the nomad visa or
Yeah,
the remote
I think for
workers
all of
visa.
them, they're going to need 3 months. Unless you're self-employed, they're going to want 6 months. So, so I'll say prepare, talk to Smith & Co. or whoever the immigration company you decide to use, so that you can get yourself prepared and ready and stuff. And if you're a believer, don't forget to pray. No, because it is a nerve-wracking thing, and sometimes, we don't move by our own means. We really move by the direction of the Lord. So we want to make sure that how we're moving with Him. And He's going to lead you and direct you, because there's some stuff that we were in shock that happened for us. Like, just things that we didn't think of. The Lord just opened the door, and just things were just happening, showing that, no, this is the time I want you to move. So I would say just, depend on that, but take a leap of faith and do it. Don't get caught up in being familiar, because you're familiar with America. I'm more comfortable here. Sometimes when we take ourselves out of that comfort, it might be uncomfortable, the process, but you might end up putting yourself in a more comfortable situation. So in our case, I think this is one. With its challenges, because we didn't even see this house until we got here.
Yeah.
Which I want to advise. Don't do that. Don't do that. But we did have a friend here, a family friend here, that helped us, look for a place while we were still over there and stuff. So this house that you see behind us, this is it. But it's cool. It's cool. Just a lot of work to do with it. Just prepare yourself. We're here. If you have any questions, to all my American family and America over there, just hit us up and subscribe, of course, and hit the bell so you can see when we post. But yeah, we're here to answer any questions that you may have, to just help you with the process, because we really, really, really do believe moving to this side might just be
a good option for a lot of people.
Yeah, good option.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe a refuge for some people.
A
you know what I'm
refuge
saying?
for some people.
So
yes. It's my mom. Let's go.
right.
Yeah.
But no, we just want to share the experience and the journey with people, because people ask us a lot of questions, right?
Yeah.
A lot of our friends and family, and this is a way for you guys to keep up with us as well, see what we're doing, see that we're okay, But nonetheless, we want to help people who may be interested in at least visiting to come, but especially if you're feeling that nudge to, maybe make somewhere else your home outside of the U.S., so.
We'll have an Airbnb. When it's ready, I'll let you guys know, so you can at least use our guest house as an Airbnb, so that, at least you'll have a familiar face of where you're staying, so that way we can also connect as well. But I'll let you know when that Airbnb is ready.
All right. Well, take care. You guys, God bless, and shalom.